In the world of cinema, it's often believed that the recipe for a blockbuster hit includes a star-studded cast, extravagant sets, and a colossal budget. But history has shown that isn't always the case. Join FactsVerse as we take you on a cinematic journey through some of the best low-budget movies that defied the odds. Paranormal Activity. Paranormal Activity is the epitome of a low-budget film turning into a gold mine. Made on a meager budget of about $15,000, this supernatural horror film went on to gross over $193 million worldwide. The film is presented in the style of found footage, documenting the lives of a young couple, Katie and Micah, who move into a new house. They soon become increasingly disturbed by a demonic presence. Determined to understand what they're up against, Micah starts filming their daily lives, capturing a series of chilling and inexplicable events. The movie received several awards and nominations, including winning the Best Horror Film Award at the 2009 Scream Awards. The film's director, Oren Peli, shot the film on his own over 7 days. The phenomenal success led to the creation of a franchise, making it one of the most profitable horror franchises in history. The Blair Witch Project, 1999. The Blair Witch Project is a film that redefined the horror genre and became a cultural phenomenon. Made on a budget of about $60,000, this found-footage psychological horror film shocked everyone by grossing over $248 million worldwide. The narrative trails a trio of budding filmmakers, Heather, Michael, and Joshua, as they venture into the shadowy expanse of the Black Hills, close to Burkittsville, Maryland. Armed with cameras, they're on a quest to unravel and document the enigmatic local lore of the Blair Witch. As they venture deeper into the forest, they experience increasingly terrifying and unexplained events. The Blair Witch Project received critical acclaim and was praised for its innovative use of found footage, which was relatively new at the time. The film's success spawned a franchise, including sequels and several merchandise products. It also inspired a new wave of found footage horror films. Mad Max, 1979. Mad Max was the action movie of 1979 that forever altered the post-apocalyptic film industry. The George Miller-directed film cost an estimated $350,000 Australian to produce, yet it's widely considered to be one of the most financially successful movies of all time, with a worldwide gross of over $100 million. Set in a dystopian future in Australia, Mad Max follows Max Rockatansky, a police officer played by a young Mel Gibson, who seeks revenge against a motorcycle gang that wreaks havoc in the desolate wasteland. The film is renowned for its high-octane action sequences, car chases, and bleak vision of the future. What's remarkable is how it managed to create such an immersive and action-packed world with such a limited budget. The filmmakers used real-life biker gangs as extras, and many of the vehicles were donated or borrowed. The film's raw and gritty aesthetic, combined with relentless action, struck a chord with audiences and critics. It not only launched Mel Gibson's career, but also spawned a franchise, including sequels like Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and the critically acclaimed Mad Max Fury Road. Night of the Living Dead. The timeless horror classic Night of the Living Dead not only reimagined the horror genre, but also gave birth to a new subgenre. Despite being directed by George A. Romero on a $114,000 budget, The Night of the Living Dead earned over $30 million worldwide. It's set in Pennsylvania, where a group of characters hide themselves in an old farmhouse to remain safe from flesh-eating zombies. The film is often credited with popularizing the zombie genre, and its influence can be seen in the countless films and TV shows that followed. What set this film apart was not just its horrifying premise, but also its social commentary. It was one of the first films to cast an African-American actor, Dwayne Jones, in the lead role, and its portrayal of societal breakdown and paranoia resonated with audiences during a time of political unrest. It was also groundbreaking in its use of gore, which, while tame by today's standards, was shocking for its time. The film has been selected by the Library of Congress for preservation in the National Film Registry as a film deemed, quote, culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. Rocky, 1976. Rocky is a film that packs a punch in more ways than one. Produced for a little more than $1 million, Rocky went on to earn $225 million worldwide. It was directed by John G. Avildsen and scripted by Sylvester Stallone, who played Rocky. It tells the story of Rocky Balboa, a small-time Philadelphia boxer, given a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship. The film is about the human spirit, determination, and the pursuit of the American dream as much as it's about boxing. Sylvester Stallone's portrayal of the underdog boxer who overcomes insurmountable odds became an inspiration for countless people. The film's iconic training montage, including the scene where Rocky ascends the steps of the Philadelphia Museum of Art, has become a symbol of perseverance and determination. It was a critical and commercial success. It received 10 Academy Award nominations, winning 3, including Best Picture. The film's success led to a franchise, including several sequels and spin-offs. Friday the 13th, 1980. Diving into the slasher genre, Friday the 13th turned a modest budget into a horror phenomenon. It was directed by Sean S. Cunningham on a budget of approximately $550,000 and went on to gross over $59 million worldwide. Set at fictional Camp Crystal Lake, a group of young camp counselors are stalked and murdered by an unknown assailant. The film's combination of suspense, creative kills, and a shocking twist helped it stand out in the crowded horror genre. Friday the 13th is notable for its use of practical effects to create its gruesome murder scenes. The film's makeup artist, Tom Savini, was instrumental in bringing these scenes to life, and his work on the film is still celebrated by horror enthusiasts. While critics were initially harsh on the film, audiences flocked to see it, and it quickly became a massive hit. The film's success can be attributed to its effective use of tension and scares, as well as a marketing campaign that played up the mystery of the film's plot. Friday the 13th spawned a franchise that includes numerous sequels, a TV show, and merchandise. The film's antagonist, Jason Voorhees, became one of the most iconic characters in cinema history. Halloween, 1978. Halloween is a film that not only terrified audiences but also revolutionized the horror genre. With a meager $325,000 budget, John Carpenter's film was able to make over $70 million worldwide. It follows the story of Michael Myers, who, after murdering his sister as a child, escapes from a mental hospital and returns to his hometown to kill again. The film's protagonist, Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, is a high school student who must fight for her life against the masked killer. John Carpenter's direction, combined with his chilling musical score, created a sense of dread that kept audiences on the edge of their seats. The film's use of a masked killer also added an element of mystery and terror that has since become a staple in the horror genre. Halloween is often credited with popularizing the slasher genre and has been cited as an inspiration for countless horror films that followed. The film's success led to a franchise, including numerous sequels and remakes. Now it's time to hear from you. Which of these movies have you seen? What are your thoughts on them? Let us know in the comments section below.